Hi, this is Melaine Sebastian, doing my Microsoft Word 2010 tutorials. This one will be on performing a mail merge. So we can start off with a blank document. We're going to start this from scratch, and the next thing I'm going to do is open up a template. So that's going to be File, New. I'm going to go to Sample Templates, and I'm going to scroll down until I get to, let's choose a nice looking one, the median merge letter. So just double click on that. Once you see your merge letter pop up, you'll notice a few things. There are a few of these content control boxes, and you can go ahead and fill those in right here, or you have the option, because they are linked to the document properties. For example, this first one, sender company name, that's what company do you work for. So you can type your company here, you can type your company by going to properties and typing your company here as well. So I'm just going to make up a situation. Let's say I am the president of a company, it's a nonprofit, the Lunar Colony Children's Fund, and it's for children who live on the moon, I suppose. And we'll just make up an address. Maybe our address is just the moon. Sure. And let's put today's date. So that content control box has a nice little calendar system attached to it. Okay, so I'm working for this company. I'm the president, and we got some donations this past year, and we're sending thank you notes to the people who helped us out. So that's what this letter is about. I have my letter typed up right here. I'm gonna Control C, copy that, and I'm not gonna Control V to paste it right here, because if I do that, that font stays there. Let me instead right click, and I'm going to merge and paste. There we go. So now my letter is part of the actual letter document. Let's bump up the size here. I'm going to Control A to select all. You can also go to select all. And I'm just going to bump my size up because I can't even see what's going on in here. And let's zoom in a little as well. Great. So the next components of our letter, we have this address block, greeting line. Oh, and this is my name. And where did it get that? It got it once again from the document properties. And I'm free to go edit that. So I could put my whole name or my title, whatever I want. President. I'm the president of this company, this nonprofit company. Oh, and it looks like my closing somehow got squished onto the end of my letter, so I'm just gonna hit return a few times. All right. So how are we gonna send to all our donors? Well, first we need to know who donated. What did they donate? I have this document that you can download and follow along. It's the list of donors. So let's open this up. This is an Excel file. So let me open up this list of donors. And we can see who donated and what they donated. So this first row in the document, it's just the headers, the title of the person, the first name, initial, last name, address, and what they donated. So we had 4 people, and they donated various items, and I've arranged it in a very organized fashion in Excel. So that makes it easier because instead of me having to type a letter to this guy and this and this, I am instead going to perform a mail merge, and that'll make it a lot less work for me. So right now what I'm going to do is exit out of this document, my list of donors. I just wanted to make sure everything was all in order, but it looks like we're pretty good to go here. So let's exit out. Back to my letter. Let's see. There's my letter. Okay. So let's go on to the Mailings tab, and we're going to start our mail merge now. So to start the mail merge naturally, you click the button that says Start Mail Merge. We're not going to worry about envelopes and labels right now, but if you wanted to see, you click on labels, and you can type in your address, you know, the moon or whatnot, to put on the labels, or you can put the sender's addresses, but we don't have access to those yet because we haven't started our merge. So let's talk about the mail merge. Click on Start Mail Merge, and we're doing a letter. So click letter. Nothing's really going to happen. All that's happened is we told Word, see how it's highlighted here? Now Microsoft Word knows that we're doing a mail merge and that it's a letter. So that's our first step. Next, we are going to select recipients. Who are these letters going to? Well, they're going to the people in our document. So we don't want to type a new list because we already spent all that time, or I spent all that time making my list. So I'm going to go to the second option, Use Existing. Now, I could pull people from my Outlook contacts if I have them saved in there, but for now we're just going to use existing list and get the dialog box that pops up, and I'm going to go and grab this list wherever it is. It might be in your downloads or wherever you have saved it. So I double click on it, and the Excel file I had more than one sheet to it, but all the people, all the donors were on page 1. So just make sure page 1's highlighted and double click and you're good to go. Okay, now we want to check that Word imported our donors correctly. How can we do that? We'll go to Edit Recipient List, and look, there they are, all 4 of them, and we have this nice dialog box where it really serves to organize the donors, so we can look and say, all right, okay, I have all 4. Maybe one of them I don't want to send a letter to. Maybe one of them wanted to be telephoned instead, or just doesn't want to receive letters. So at this point, this would be a good time to uncheck. Maybe Mr. Swanson doesn't like getting letters for whatever reason, so I just uncheck him. I can change the order of the recipients of the letters, so I could sort them by their last name, sort them by address, so on and so forth. The donations are over here. I could sort by that. I could show only people who donated a certain thing by clicking on these little sort buttons right here. I could show only, maybe I just want to see everyone who is a Mr. So there's all the Misters just to check, and then if I clicked OK, I would actually only be sending letters to these two men here, but maybe I want to bring back everyone else, so all is what I click there. Maybe I accidentally have a person listed more than once. Well, there's an option for that. Find duplicates. You can click right here, and apparently there's no duplicates, so great. Let's just click OK. If I've chosen the wrong source for my data, maybe I clicked the wrong file or something. Well, just click in here, edit, and then you can actually go in and edit the data, or you can even add new people. So you could go back and add, Mrs. whoever you want to add to your list that you didn't have in the original list. And then you can go back and add or edit. Maybe you had a misspelling in your original document, anything like that. You would have to, let me show it one more time. You would click on the data source, edit, and then this is where you have to go in order to edit. And you can also find, so you can search for who gave arrows, find, and it found that Katniss had donated some arrows. So it looks like our donor list is pretty good though, and I think I want to send a letter to all 4 of these people. So I'm just going to click OK because this looks great. This is fine. Okay. Next thing, we want to maybe edit our address block. So let's do that. I'm going to click in the address block and I'm going to actually click on this address block button. So currently, if I were to do my merge right now, this is what the address block would look like. So Miss Everdeen Hut in the Woods. Okay, that's fine. That looks good. Let's exit out of that, and I'm going to preview my letter right now. Let me see. Oh, that looks really nice. I need to go back and fix my closing, but this all looks great. This looks like a nice formal letter, and I can even, if I'm still in the preview results area, I can skim through, and here's Mr. Potter. Okay, so these are looking nice, but maybe there are some changes that I would like to make. For example, maybe I want to put their first name. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to go to address block, and let me pick one of these choices, Mr. Joshua Randall. So this is just a little placeholder, Joshua Randall. And so really it should be importing the first and the last name, but it's not. So something's going a little wrong here. Let's see if we can fix that. So I want it to say Miss Katniss Everdeen, and it's not picking up on her name for some reason, or rather anyone's name. This is how we fix that problem. We're going to go to match fields, and as we can see here, the last name, it's picking up on the last names from our original Excel file, but the first name is, oh, it's not matched. Well, we had the first names, right? We had them in our original document. Oh, there they are. So all I have to do is go in here and say, hey, Word, how about you look right here to get the first names? Okay. I can also match up other things from my original Excel file. If I maybe had their zip code or their state, I can go in and put those to match them up if they didn't match up for whatever reason. So I've put in the first name and click OK. There it is. So Harry Potter, awesome. We fixed it. Now I'm going to click OK. And I'm still on preview results, and it's looking great. With my address block looking good, I'm now going to move on to the greeting line. You can always go back and edit the greeting line as well. So greeting line. You can say dear, you can say to, you can say neither. So I like dear. That's fine. It says dear Katniss. And then maybe I want it to include the first name, Mr. Joshua Randall, so it'd say Miss Katniss Everdeen. So you can click that, and then you can have a semicolon, you can have a colon, comma, or nothing. And then if you have some people whose name doesn't show up, you can either put dear sir or madame, or to who it may concern. And here's a preview of what it's going to look like once I click OK. And that's good. That's what I wanted. So let me click OK. Oh, it didn't put the last name. That's weird. Even though it showed it. Oh, let's see. Huh. Not sure why it's doing that. It's showing the last name here. It keeps switching it back for some reason. Okay, not sure what it's doing there, but we'll just move on from that. Let's look at the body of our letter. It says, thank you for your donation of blank to the Lunar Colony Children's Fund. Well, we can't leave that blank, obviously. That's where we're going to have to go in, and remember we had included the donations in our original Excel file. Remember Katniss had given some arrows, so let's get rid of that blank, and we're going to do an insert merge field. So click on insert merge fields. If you click on the box, it's really a similar thing. You can click on the box, or you can just click on the drop down. Either way, and we want to insert the donation here. And notice for Katniss it says arrows. Cool, that's perfect. That's what she had donated. Okay, who's next? Okay, Harry Potter, I don't know why he gave sunglasses. That's kind of weird. Okay, P. Sherman gave some fish and fake mustaches. Okay, so for every person, it put in whatever was the thing that they had donated. And that to do that, I used the insert merge field. So we're getting to where we're almost done with our letter. I just need a closing. Sincerely, comma, that'll do nicely. Okay. So I think we are looking good as far as our letter is concerned. I can preview all my results. All right, great. That's what I wanted it to look like. At this time, we're ready to finish. That's it, finish and merge. So I'm going to click finish and merge. And you have three options from here. You can, let's start with the last one. If you want to send email messages, if you included your recipient, you know, Katniss, Harry Potter, their email, if you had that included in their data, then you can click send email messages and you can create the email right from here. So you can type in, you can tell them, oh, this, you know, maybe one of these was email. I don't have it in this list, but you could include one that had their email in it. And then the subject line, you could say it's a thank you from the Lunar Colony Children's Fund. And then you get to pick, do you want to attach this letter in the email or do you want to include it as a part of the email? And then you can say send all. You could say, you know, only person one to two, and not all four of them. So it's up to you. And once you do that, you're going to click OK. I'm not going to do that because I don't have their emails. But let's go back. Let's look at the other options. You can print them. You can print them straight from here. You can just do some of them or all, or just the one that you're currently on. Okay, and then let's look at this final, or rather the first option, edit individual documents. So when you click edit individual documents, let's look at this real quick. Our current document, it's just one page, right? But if you go to edit individual documents, click here, merge records. Okay, so it's going to print out the letter to Katniss and the letter to Harry Potter. It's going to print out all four of those. And it's going to just create one big long document out of the four that I had made. So let's just go ahead and do that. Or, you know, I could just choose to do the current one, which is Katniss, or any range. But let's just do all. Okay, so I get, notice, it's a whole new document. Here's the old document. Here's the new one. I might want to save it with a certain name, and I can scroll down. They're in order, and this is my new document. So maybe I need to make some changes here and print it out. So I could edit any one person's document at this time. So maybe in this document, you know, maybe his eyes are getting bad, so I can make the font bigger and insert, I don't know, insert a picture of some fish. There we go. Just make a few changes to that. All right. So at this time, you can print, save, whatever you need to do with your letters. Other than that, your mail merge is done. Thanks for watching, and tune in to the other videos on my channel.